Have you ever given up too soon? This guy did, and it cost him millions. One of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. Every person is guilty of this mistake at one point or another. In Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, he tells the story of R.U. Darby's uncle who was caught by the gold fever during the western migration of the gold rush. He staked a claim and went to work with a pick and shovel. The going was hard, but his lust for gold was definite. After weeks of labor, he was rewarded by the discovery of the shining ore. He needed machinery to bring the ore to the surface. Quietly, he covered up the mine, retraced his footsteps to his hometown of Williamsburg, Maryland, told his relatives and a few neighbors of the strike. They got together the money for the needed machinery and had it shipped. The uncle and Darby went back to work the mine. The first car of ore was mined and shipped to the smelter. The returns proved they had one of the richest mines in Colorado. A few more cars of that ore would clear all their debts. Then the remaining gold would be all profit. Down went the drills, up with the hopes for Darby and his uncle. Then something happened. The vein of gold just disappeared. They'd come to the end of the rainbow and the pot of gold was no longer there. They drilled on, desperately trying to pick up the vein one more time, but to no avail. Finally, they decided to quit. They sold their machinery to a junk man for a few $100s and took the train back home. Some junk men are dumb, but this one wasn't. He called in a mining engineer to look at the mine and to do some calculating. The engineer advised that the project had failed because the owners were not familiar with fault lines. His calculations showed that the vein would be found just 3 feet from where the Darbys had stopped drilling. That's exactly where it was found. The junk man took millions of dollars in ore from the mine because he knew enough to seek expert counsel before giving up. The challenge of being an entrepreneur is we don't know what we don't know. How many times are we 3 feet from our next jackpot and don't even know it? This is why it's so important to have a strong mindset and to reach out to other people when you get stuck. Call to action, mindset. Today, take the next 14 minutes and reach out to a trusted colleague and share the story about being 3 feet from gold. Ask them if there's anything that they see you are missing in your business. If you will do this, you'll have the ability to tap into missing treasures.